Today is going to be really, really crazy. I brought a new product for you, namely from Badass Labs, the Nano Shield Graphene Spray 3-layer graphene formula. We will take a look at it together today. I brought it home for you, 250 ml. I'll display the price here on the side. If you are still watching the video, then you are definitely very interested in the product. A spray nozzle is included, along with 2 microfiber cloths. We will take a look at the entire set. What can the product do? Is it just another pure scam, a scam product? Or does it really deliver? Because it has a graphene formula, and that's something I say we need to take a look at, as graphene is said to change the world. Or maybe not. Let's take a look. So here it is, the Nano Shield, 250 ml, 3-layer graphene formula. So I'm really curious about what this can do, what wonders the graphene inside will perform. If we take a look down here, I hope you can see it a bit. It's quite light. So, a slightly yellowish liquid. I looked inside earlier and there were 1 or 2 black particles floating in it. Maybe you can see it a bit down here. But that could also be contamination from the filling. It's hard to say. I'm really curious about what this product has to offer. It features an innovative 3-layer hyper-resistant graphene technology for treating every vehicle. Here we also have the 5 steps that will guide us. First, shake well before use. We did that. Moisten microfiber cloth 1, as there are 2 microfiber cloths included in the set. What a luxury. We'll take a look at that shortly. And then lightly spray with the Nano Shield. Then, apply it to the surface. Add 2 to 3 more sprays to the 30x30 area that you should treat. So, this is quite elaborate. You should always treat only small sections. This is already somewhat like a ceramic sealant in terms of effort. Gently rub the Nano Shield in with the microfiber cloth. In simple terms, just spread it out and then polish the whole thing with the second cloth until you achieve the silky effect of the Nano Shield. Whatever the silky effect is, we need to take a look at that. And then there are still 2 cloths included. Without ever having unpacked them, they are still completely original. You can also see here that the seal is still completely intact. I bet you that if I pull on this edge up here, I will pull the thread out. That's why I'm doing this live here in the video. Let's unpack it. So, these are the cloths. Here we have the coating fiber cloth and the buffing fiber cloth. It's printed here like on a t-shirt. This will also come off after a wash. If I just pull a little with my fingernail on this too, it already tears here. Do you see that? I don't want to completely pull it off, but it will definitely come off in the washing machine. Be careful with that. So now, let's just test it out. I'll take the corner here. So someone sewed poorly here, I have to say. We can also test that on the other cloth. Yes. Good. So you can already see here, in terms of processing, I have to clearly say, and it doesn't matter at all where you pull. Here, you pull this border out everywhere. So, also, in terms of the cloth quality, I have to say, even the microfiber structure itself is so thin. In terms of price, I really think it's ultra cheap. And you can see that in the cloths as well. So regarding the accessories, I have to say, it's a disaster. And this here will break 100%, like with this cheap apron where it's just printed on. So you can you just rub along with your finger and you already pull this off the cloth. But I don't want to tear it off now. So the cloth quality that is provided here is a disaster, but we will still use it, of course. Currently, our insurance test is still running on the hood, but I have nothing on the product here on the side. We can spray it here. And then you see here, the paint is just clean, but we certainly have no nice shedding behavior. And also, no hydrophobic protection. There's nothing on the bottle about hydrophobic protection, and that's why I want to test it together with you. Now I'll just clean and dry it again. I'm removing the dust here. I just want to test with you what the product actually does. So, what do I get for the money? The paint is absolutely dull, still a bit wet because something has run into the gap here, but otherwise nicely prepared now. So you have seen the previous condition. And we should spray a little onto the cloth and also a little onto the surface in the 30x30 semi-tumon area. The sides of the cloth are also different. Here you have a very smooth texture. I think this is the back side. I believe you shouldn't use this side with the prints, but rather use this side. That means we fold the cloth once, We spray a little onto the cloth here, securing it. Let's spray a little bit in here and then apply a little bit on the surface as well. 1, 2, 3 small sprays. In terms of scent, it smells a bit like, well, it's hard to say. It smells like vinegar cleaner. It has a slight vinegar smell. So it's not pleasant. I'm going to go right up to this edge. We're spreading it out here now. Fibers from the cloth also stick to the paint. However, this is a bit harder to see. These are the things that have come off here. These are tiny threads that have formed. And now we should practically use the second cloth. Yes, a lot of fibers are coming out here too. Do you see that? I hope you can see it. That it's lightly snowing here. And now we're just going to go over it. And we're polishing it out. So it smells somewhat like vinegar cleaner here. It's not exactly pleasant in terms of scent. It really smells like some household cleaner. Very, very strange. And we have done it. There is also nothing on the bottle regarding curing time, waiting time, or anything. The first thing I do now, look, zero change. The second thing I am looking at now is gloss. Let's go up here. I haven't processed it here. And go down here. The gloss is minimally improved. Now I will go to the surface up here. So, a minimal increase in gloss. Yes, you can see it here. So, here is the untreated paint, and here it is applied. So, it definitely becomes a bit smoother. And that's also what I can feel with my hand. It's just a question. Curing time? No information. I find that very, very weak. That's quite unfortunate because normally the product should be usable now. So, if I need some kind of drying time or curing time, then it has to be written on it. That's absolutely mandatory. Let's take a look at the behavior of the product. For me, we'll go over here because there's nothing on it either. It's absolutely identical. Here in the front, we still have the more horizontal surface, but in terms of droplet shape, it's an absolute disaster. So, there is also nothing about hydrophobic protection written on the bottle, and there is no hydrophobic protection present. I can easily show you this by simply going up a bit here and spraying it again. There is also no product on top here. Look, this is just the clean paint, maintained, prepared from the last tests. There is absolutely no difference. It looks exactly the same. So, hydrophobic protection. I find it is zero. Zero improvement, nothing happens, absolutely no difference. For me, this absolutely falls into the scam category. I'm sorry, but for 250 me at this price, with the accessories, which are really of subpar quality, this is an absolute disaster. There is also nothing to be seen of this graphene layer here on the vehicle. No difference to a simple quick detailer. So from that perspective, really no recommendation at all. It makes absolutely no sense. What we have achieved here in effect can be done by any €10 detailer. And you get at least 500 ml, if not even a liter with that. So I completely advise against this. For me, I feel cheated as a customer. I'm sorry. So, until next time guys, take care, and yes, I'm curious about your experiences with this. Let's see if any of you have already bought it. Until next time, Sebastian, bye.